Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump has said that Washington and New Delhi have agreed to begin negotiations aimed at addressing long-standing trade imbalances. Trump highlighted a nearly $100 billion US trade deficit with India, stressing the need for a level playing field in economic relations.
Today, the U.S. trade deficit with India is almost $100 billion, and Prime Minister Modi and I have agreed that we'll begin negotiations to address the long-running disparities that should have been taken care of over the last 4 years, but they didn't do that, in the U.S.-India trading relationship with the goal of signing an agreement. And we want a certain level playing field, which we really think we're entitled to, and he does also, in fairness. So we're going to work on that very hard, and we can make up the difference very easily with the deficit, with the sale of oil and gas, LNG, of which we have more than anybody in the world. The Prime Minister and I also reached an important agreement on energy that will restore the United States as a leading supplier of oil and gas to India. It will be hopefully their number one supplier, in the groundbreaking development for U.S. nuclear industry. India is also reforming its laws to welcome U.S. nuclear technology, which is at the highest level, into the Indian market.
Turning to the rest of the world, US President Donald Trump has directed his economic team to develop reciprocal tariffs against countries that impose higher duties on US imports. Speaking at the White House, Trump said the new policy would match tariffs and counteract non-tariff barriers, aiming to reduce trade imbalances. The plan, which could take weeks or months to finalize, raises concerns of a global trade war. Trump's administration will initially target nations with the highest trade surpluses and tariffs, including China, Japan, South Korea, and the EU. In response, the European Commission has said that it sees no justification for the US President Donald Trump's proposed reciprocal trade policy and vowed to respond firmly and immediately to any tariff increases. The Commission, which oversees trade policy for the 27-member bloc, described the move as a step in the wrong direction. It emphasized that the EU maintains some of the world's lowest tariffs, with over 70% of imports entering tariff-free. The US has pointed to disparities, such as the EU's 10% tariff on car imports compared to the 2.5% US rate. However, EU officials are prioritizing negotiations, with some diplomats urging talks while preparing countermeasures if tariffs are imposed.